Today we're talking about the December 2024 Ford recall that has affected almost 300,000 trucks. From the Highway Traffic and Safety Report, they described the problem as Ford is recalling certain 2020 to 2022 F Super Duty 250s all the way up to 750s. It says biodiesel deposits may form on the pump drivetrain roller components, which could lead to failure of the high-pressure fuel pump. So, Dave, I know you have one of your trucks, right, that is affected by this recall?
My F-450 is affected.
Okay.
And I did get the letter, but the letter basically said they don't have a fix for it. They will notify me in another letter when they have a fix for it. My technician at the Ford dealership that works on my trucks, he checked with the Ford technical department and they don't have a fix right now. I asked him if I need any of that stuff and he says no. He says, I've been working on these trucks forever. Since 2011, he's had one failure. That was it. And he said all the other ones that have come in, he's attributed them to operator error. So I asked him, what do you mean operator error? And he says, contaminated fuel that's not good quality, people using fuel out of old farm tanks.
Dave, in your opinion, what things affect fuel quality?
It's hard to tell. I mean, you don't know where the fuel came from and what chain of suppliers or where it was manufactured. When I buy fuel at a station, I like to know that it's a high turnover rate. They're getting it filled often and they're using it. I don't want to buy fuel that's been sitting in a tank for months because they don't sell enough diesel. That's where you can get condensation. There could be contaminants in it. Some of these stations could still be using old steel tanks and they rust on the inside. And that could be part of this problem thing with Ford, because people are getting fuel from everywhere. The mechanic that works on my stuff, he specifically mentioned old farm pumps because a lot of people have farms, have these trucks. They use them to haul their stuff and they use their farm pumps, which are old steel tanks. He's tracked it back to, that's what he calls operator error. You filled your tank with fuel that has contaminants in it from this old tank, sediment in the bottom or who knows what, rust particles. Those old tanks don't have filters on them.
Dave, you have a story about fuel additives being added into gas stations.
Yeah, I was fueling my diesel truck and a big tanker pulled in and started to fill the tanks. Well, I had a conversation with him because he was filling the diesel tanks. And I asked him, if they put any additives in there. And he's pulled out a small little white bottle. I don't even know what it was. I couldn't read it. And he said, yeah, I put this in. And I says, do you know what the ratio is or what it is? He says, I don't have a clue. They just tell me to dump this in. Those tanker trucks hold many thousands of gallons of fuel.
Right.
And he had a little small bottle of this additive. So you don't know what the concentration level is. When you put in one of the major additive manufacturers or the AMSOIL diesel all-in-one, it specifies right on there how much you need to put in for every gallon of fuel. That was a major
red flag. So for people who maybe can't afford their own setup to source their own premium fuel and to have their own tank, would you just recommend really making sure that they're adding a good diesel additive like the ones that AMSOIL provides? Is that just every time they fill up?
That's my recommendation. It provides a lot of benefits. That even if the fuel isn't that great a quality, this is going to improve it.